Let's reset my calendar for the summer. I typically like to do these calendar resets 3 times a year. I do them when the kids are going back to school. I do them in my New Year's planning when I'm reprioritizing my values and priorities, and I do them when the kids get out of school. Resetting my calendar like this allows me to create what I call an ideal work week. This is, if everything went according to plan without any hiccups, this would be my dream work week. Do my ideal work weeks ever really look like this? Probably not, but taking the time to create the structure beforehand really creates more freedom once I get into my week to be able to shift and ebb and flow as different priorities come up, and it allows me intentional space to kind of think about what I value and what would really a great work week for me ahead of time. A little background about myself. I am an online business manager. I serve mostly dietitians and nutritionists that have virtual practices. I currently have 5 clients that I'm on a retainer with for about 20 to 30 hours a week. Some other background, I have a 13-year-old daughter, so this summer she will not be going to summer camp for the first time ever. She's too old, but she's too young to get a job, so I'm really not sure what I want to do with her, but I've decided to kind of just embrace the fact that she's going to be home with me a lot and really take this time to spend some quality time with her. She has requested that I be finished with work at 1:30 every day. We're going to see if we can make that happen. But yeah, that's kind of the background. So I'll show you right now. This is kind of what this is my schedule and what it looks like this week, and this is what it looked like last week. So you can see we have to commute about an hour to and from school every day. So an hour for pickup, hour there, because we live in New Orleans and our schooling is kind of crazy down here. So I'm going to have 2 hours extra every day of not driving. So that's really going to allow me to kind of push up my client work to hopefully get to that 1:30 off time that we're trying to hit so that we can go have some summer fun in the afternoons. So before you get into actually designing your ideal work week, I definitely recommend that you create your ideal work week wish list so that you have some criteria or guardrails to work off of when you begin to plot out your week. So like I told you, I need to have room for about 25 hours of client work per week on my work schedule. I would like to or try to be able to be finished with work at 1:30 most days. I would like 3 to 5 hours a week to work on my own business as far as like marketing and just revamping offers and websites and all the things that come along with running a business. I would love a early finish on Friday and a late start on Monday to allow for any spontaneous weekend trips that may come up. I would like to take no calls on Monday or Fridays. And I know that I need to, for my own personal mental health, attend yoga 3 times a week. And that I also need to have consistent, for my physical health, I need to have consistent meal plans so that my body is feeling nourished and supported in doing all of these things. So I'm going to scoot myself over here. I'm just going to clear off my Google Calendar so that as I add in each thing, you can kind of see how I am prioritizing it. Okay, so the first thing is that I feel like when most people go to create their ideal work week schedule, they kind of start at it going backwards, where they prioritize the work first and then try to make life fit around it. And part of the reason why I went off into the freelance world is that I really wanted to prioritize my own health and well-being first. So the first things that I schedule, the most important things, is what am I going to eat? These are my meal times. They are timed about 4 hours in between each meal time so that my body can stay nourished consistently throughout the day. This is where it works for me and my body. Got my meal plans timed for during the week. The next thing that I like to plan is my exercise and movement schedule. I am a yogi. I've been practicing for about 8 or 9 years now. I have favorite teachers, and another one of my main motivations of quitting my job is that I wanted to be able to attend my favorite teachers' classes every week. So, boom. There they are. These are my favorite teachers, Swan River, Keith, and my other favorite teacher, Bridget. These are the classes that they teach. And I know that for yoga 3 times is the minimum effective dose for it to have all of the mental and physical benefits for me. So I like to kind of block off that there. Some other things that I like to block off are fun, family, and friends. So we eat dinner with my parents' house every Sunday. We visit another grandma on Wednesdays. We eat breakfast with my family at the farmer's market on Saturday mornings. These are just kind of non-negotiable priorities that I like to have on my calendar. And then after that, we do have to work, right? Because we needs the monies and people are paying me. So then I like to block off my client work blocks in between here. So I like to give myself about 2 hours of my Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. My client work, I kind of theme it. My Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are my deep work days. So these are when I'm actually working on their projects and task. And then Monday is all about planning and review. So I am reviewing all of the project plans and metrics for my clients and sending them status updates and kind of getting everything prepped for our team calls on Tuesdays. And Tuesdays, I have the majority of my team calls with my clients. And then sometimes scattered throughout the week, we will have additional calls. You can see those guys there. So that is that. And then also you'll want to prioritize time to work on my business, which there's not a lot of time in the middle of the day, but I am a super early riser. And I can tell you that this is something that I've been struggling with prioritizing because there is not enough time in the day to work on my business. But I have found time in the morning. I'm an early riser. I wake up at about 4:30 in the morning. My boyfriend runs a breakfast joint, so he's up early as well. We go to sleep pretty early. You can see I don't think I put my bedtime in here, but I'll put it on here. My bedtime routine starts at around 8:30. Usually I'm sleeping by 8:30 if I'm being completely honest. So I wake up really early. Instead of getting up in my bed and scrolling on TikTok, I am setting a goal for myself that on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings, I'm going to get up, make some coffee, maybe make a shake, and then head straight to my desk and get working on some marketing tasks because I have some things like Notion templates and stuff like that I really want to start selling. That requires a lot more marketing effort than my retainer clients. So I just really want to be able to set aside that time. I really think it's going to help prioritizing that first thing in the morning so that I don't get distracted with client tasks because I tend to do that and I can just focus on getting things out. So this time is going to be spent revamping offers, getting my weekly newsletter starting again, and maybe doing some social media content creation. As you can see, it did take a lot of finagling. I know I just kind of blinked up there. This whole process took me about 2 hours of kind of shifting things back and forth, figuring it out, making sure that I had enough hours to get all my clients' works done. And like I said, this is an ideal schedule for me. And as things come up, it gives me the ability to shift things over. As you can see, I don't have any work planned on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I do end up working a lot of Saturday and Sundays. I actually like to work Saturdays and Sundays because I feel like I'm not having to also man Slack and Voxer too. Or if something comes up during the week that I want to attend, I can shift out some work there. But I like to have the flexibility to be able to do that. And I wouldn't have the flexibility, I don't think, if I didn't create these guardrails for myself. So I hope this video inspired you to set aside a couple of hours this week to really think about what your ideal summer schedule would look like. Now that I know that I've got all these afternoons free with my kiddos, we're going to create a fun summer bucket list of things that we want to do. And I'm really looking forward to getting to spend some extra time with her.